All right, Captain Jason, Skipper here. Captain Pete, how are you?
Skipper, good to see you.
Yeah, what a beautiful day at Lake Tahoe.
Good day.
Yeah. Well, we're here to do a little bit of interviewing and featuring some of the boats like yourself that are chartered. Can you tell me a little bit about your boat and where you go and how much fun you have out here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of fun, that's for sure. This here is a SDX 270 Sea Ray, a 2017 300 Mer Cruiser, and she purrs. Beautiful cruising boat. We do 6 people or less, so some people call them 6-packs. We usually go into Emerald Bay, a couple hours, and I feel like Emerald Bay and Tahoe does the work for me. If I just get in the boat and be friendly and smile, it does the rest. Yeah.
Well, how long have you been doing this?
I have been here with this boat with my partners, Rob and Victoria Hancock, and they've been backing me up. I've been on the boat for 4 years now. This is my 4th season. And I got to tell you, it's absolutely a dream. I mean, to be on Tahoe. I grew up in the ocean, pretty much spent a lot of my time as a sailor down at the Santa Barbara Sailing Center with all my friends and family down there, and kind of took my knowledge and brought it up here. So 4 years later, here we are on season 4. And
Wow.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
This marina is making a lot of changes here, and I hope everybody's kind of holding their breath to see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, we are holding our breath, but we're hoping for the end result is going to be worth it. I mean, new docks, new restaurants, everything, a new scene.
Well, terrific. What makes you different than anybody else? Because everybody's got a different flavor, you might say.
Yeah. I think it's just me and the history and my experience. As a sailor, growing up with parents that were teachers in Santa Barbara, and just kind of that nurturing, fun vibe that they provided for me, from the 70s and in the 80s. I'm kind of carrying that forward as a kind of a teacher as well. So I invite the experience of just really friendly and comfortable. We do a little bit of geology, a little history out there because we have so much in front of us. So I think it's just a really dynamic ride, and I want everybody just to have a great time. Oh yeah, and we have a bathroom down below too.
Yeah.
The company is Emerald Bliss Boat Tours. So Tahoe Emerald Bliss Boat Tours, actually. You have to get a little tricky. There's a lot of names out there. Tahoe Emerald Bliss Boat Tours. And then we have a website for that. But we're also on Viator, Airbnb, all sorts of other things, even Boat Setter. Yeah.
Okay, tell us your phone number so how they can reach you.
It's 530-307-2659. And that's a direct line right to the company.
And how long are your tours when you go out?
The tours are about 2 hours, but you're welcome to add an hour or two. Usually if we do the 4-hour tour, we can get all the way to the Godfather House at Fleur de Lac, which is really fun. Otherwise, a 2-hour tour, we kind of putt along the coastline of the west side, check out Camp Rich, look at some old sunken railroad tracks, a little bit of history, and then we're cruising into Emerald Bay. Usually for a swim if it's warm enough, the right time of the year.
Yeah.
But usually back in 2 hours, and I tell you what, it's a really good time. We've gotten some pretty nice reviews.
Do you have any trouble with Tahoe Tessie out there?
Tahoe Tessie, no trouble, but she is out there. In fact, she's over by Whiskey Cove and has been for a couple of weeks.
Really?
And it's been pretty exciting. She's been surfacing a lot.
I heard she's pretty friendly. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. She just might reach up and grab your leg with her
Maybe
tentacle.
something like that, yeah. She's pretty docile, though. She sleeps a lot.
That's terrific. Yeah, great. And so these sites that you can see on the lake here are historic, like Camp Rich, and then you've got Lucky Baldwin's Resort next door.
Of course, yeah. You've got Lucky Baldwin's Resort, and you've got Baldwin Estates that is kind of then is split into the state park of Emerald Bay. And that's split by Cascade Falls, and that's always a nice little spot to cruise by and see because it's coming down from probably 4,000 feet up. Once we're on the boat and I get everybody on safely, we'll try and figure out I'd like to ask people if they know how to swim, and I would do that in general, even if it's not a swimming party. Also, if I see some youngsters, you got to be 14 years old older, or otherwise you're going to be wearing a PFD. And I try and make that as gentle as possible because the kids do not like to wear these, and the Type 1 is something that I share with them and how to put it on every time we go out. So there's always a safety debriefing on exactly where the life jackets are. We have all different types and sizes for children, adults, Type 1s, Type 3s, things like that. Also always carrying a Type 4 at the helm for a throwable device, just in case somebody's accidentally overboard. But we always do this. At the very beginning, we'll get to know each other and then find out who needs a life jacket and who doesn't. And then I put it on, literally put it on, put it around, kind of make them comfortable with wearing one of these, and that it's not well, that's not easy, and it's not uncool. It's cool to have a PFD on. So my primary flotation being on my chest, if I were to go in, unfortunately asleep, it would roll me onto my back and I would be able to breathe. And that's why these are so important in an emergency situation. So I kind of go through those things. I also tell them no one's going in the water accidentally. This is a big boat. We're safe inside here. And so we do try to instill that because some people are pretty frightened. As far as the seasickness goes, one of the good things about this lake and about being on power boats is that our rock and roll period, or pitch, yaw, and roll, is a lot faster. So it doesn't register quite as much in the brain as seasickness as it would be on the ocean. You have a lot longer rolling period. But also keeping above decks, keeping your face in the wind, eyes on the horizon usually helps pretty well. Don't get a lot of seasickness on the lake, but the ocean I have.
Well, that's good to know, and I'm sure people are more comfortable when they hear about these safety factors
Indeed.
that they're not aware of. Now, when they're out there, they've got that. You got the head. You said that.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, being a sea ray, they're known for a very deep V hull, and so that is why we have space for a beautiful bathroom.
Looks beautiful.
Indeed. Even a porthole. We have a sink and everything down below. It's a jet flush and ready to go. And that really does make a big difference on a long tour, even a 2-hour tour. If people are liking to have a couple of drinks or some waters, they need to be able to go.
You bet. I understand totally.
Yeah.
What about drinks or snacks?
Absolutely.
What do you provide there?
Oh, we do actually. What we do provide is we encourage to bring food and bev. So even alcohol is welcome as long as they're over 21. But right down in here, I have a cooler and we provide ice and waters. And that's pretty much it. And if somebody does want to cater something, then we'll definitely get involved with that and make it happen.
That's, of course, extra on top of the
It would be, yeah.
right.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah. So what about the speed? How fast do you go, and how much for people's interest in buying a boat like this? What capacity is the fuel tanks and so forth?
You know, we have a 50-gallon fuel tank, and we have a 300 horsepower Mer Cruiser, and she purrs. She's beautiful. The mileage is incredible. And of course, for a charter boat, that's what you would want. But even for a family boat, if you were putting 6 to 8 people on here, she gets the most amazing mileage. I think it's an incredible boat. They did a really good job with the SDX 270 Sea Ray Sun Deck. That's a lot. But up here, when we're cruising, we'll do 25. But again, this lake is only 22 miles tall. So if we go too fast, we're going to run out of lake. But so we've got a nice little option here with the dash. We have a little bit of the touch screen and some nice kind of old school looking toggles. But again, it's quite simple, the model, but you can get these models with 2 400s on the back and full screen like a Tesla. You know, it kind of depends on what you want.
And this is a Sea Ray.
It is a Sea Ray, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's terrific.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And of course, it has that squared off bow. And again, an electric windlass anchor system, all controlled by the cockpit there at the helm.
Well, that's interesting, yeah.
Indeed. So that's really handy, especially when you got those crowded days, you want to go dip into a secret spot. I can control it right there. Yeah, it's a beautiful boat. With that squared off bow, people can sit down right here with their armrest, drink holders here, and actually get a nice little action and put their feet up. Whereas most boats kind of square bow in like that. So this one just gives you a little extra space and someone can sit right there.
All right, Jason, you've got a great boat here. It is a charter business, is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Usually about 2-hour trips.
Okay. Now, on your trip and your voyage out here to all these different locations, do you ever find younger people, or how do you inspire younger people to maybe get into boating?
Oh yeah, actually, that's one of my favorite parts is young captains or young possible captains, and that's where the magic happens right there. With a little bit of assistance, I kind of show them what's going on there, and with my help, kind of let them drive the boat at a very slow speed, very safe, of course. And that right there is almost life-changing for some kids and some youngsters. So I try and instill that every once in a while and say, would you like to try and drive the boat a little bit? And give them just a little hand at the wheel. And that's where either the spark clicks or it doesn't. Usually it doesn't.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what I have done in the past, and I'm glad that we brought that up, because it gives the people a real feel, you know, as a younger person, like all young kids like to do with, you know, something that they have never experienced before.
Yeah, that's really fun. And I hope that we can do that, right? Is that legal for us to do with the kids?
Sure.
Can I say that?
I did it on the Blue Wave.
Okay, good. I was going to ask you. You would know.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
good.
How many people can you bring aboard, and what type of crowd do you have? You know, families, the singles, a little bit of everything and what have you.
Yeah, we're actually doing 6 people or less on this boat. And what it does is it offers those 6 people so much more space. And again, with the enclosed bathroom full flush, you've got just 5 people left if someone's in the bathroom. There's no line for that. It also brings, I seem like, a lot of families together and couples. So we do offer couple specials and things like that for like sunset tours. But definitely we're getting a lot of families, and definitely coming from those places that are really hot right now. We want to come into the lake and take a dip, and just about now swim season is starting. So those families and the kids are starting to get in the water, and they're having a blast.
I don't know if I asked this already. How many tours in a day can you do, or do you do?
We can open up for 6. So we will start at 6 a.m. and then our last one is the sunset is 7 to 9. And I believe that's 6. I've been known to do 5, but we've got an amazing captain. Jason Lape has come on, and he's going to be helping out, and he's kind of helping taking some of the extra time because we're a busy company, and it's just usually just me in the boat. But now that Jason's back on, Captain Jay and Captain Jason will be running this boat together. So we're really happy to have him as well.
Well, it seems like a real comfortable situation for people to get out and enjoy the lake, especially if this is their first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And and that's one of those things. We like to go through a good security or safety debriefing as they get on board. And I also tell them about my credentials. I have a 50-ton master's captain's license, United States Coast Guard. And they want to hear stuff like that. I think that's important for them to know.
That's
Hey,
true.
sometimes I've actually showed them the license so they can feel comfortable with that. And they're like, wow, this is true. This guy knows what he's doing. You're safe on this boat. And that helps.
Well, I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Bon voyage.
Well, we enjoyed this little invitation
Thank you,
and
Skipper.
interview. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I hope that we covered just about everything for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful boat, and we wish you well.
Thank you so much, you
All
guys.
right.
Thanks for coming out. Come see us. Hey, everybody. I'm Captain Jay down here at the Tahoe Keys Marina, and my company here is Emeral Bliss Boat Tours. Come on down and see us. Tahoe Emeral Bliss Boat Tours.